Good evening.
And what actually is
Middle of the
good
afternoon.
people.
So I guess do you guys all think that like school should change the way they teach everybody, or
Yes.
Okay,
Why,
yes.
Taylor?
Okay,
Why
why
do you feel that way?
I feel like I should be able to pick my own classes the way I want them to be.
I respect that.
Okay, that's respectable, but there's a couple problems with that because not every teacher is going to be able to accommodate their schedule to one student.
Yeah, because if
Well, I
you're the
mean,
only one in that
because every
class, they're not
well,
just
I
gonna
think-
teach that one person.
I think they should make whatever class that other student picks, they should smack them into a class. And,
Smack what?
So you're basically saying put two topics in one?
No, I mean the classes you pick, and then if you get a class that the other person picks that they want, then make a class.
So what
So
you're
if-
saying, if you're if you're the only person in that class, I do not think that. The
Then I don't
teacher-
think that would be then that won't be a class.
I don't
if
think
they-
that-
That'd be like a
teacher-
one-on-one tutor.
Yeah, I don't feel like.
Because there's no way our school is big enough for one teacher to have one
Welcome to
student.
Fulton.
I don't even
one-on-one,
think we have
that would
like
be like
400
the,
people here.
apprenticeship. That's what that would be. Apprenticeships.
I mean, personally, I feel like they should offer more classes,
Yeah.
the things that WAC offers. I
Yeah.
feel like they should have that here.
We're
So
not
you don't
big
have
enough.
to go to Sterling.
Our school, our community is not big enough. Like Clinton,
I mean,
yeah, Clinton's big enough to do that, but Fulton and Garden Plain and
they
Albany,
could stick it into Clinton so that.
you could stick it in the Clinton.
But I mean, plus there's also that
What if-
space over there where Unity was.
But then you got to realize the classes that are required to graduate.
Also, you got to realize that we're broke and we can't build stuff.
Okay.
Federal funding.
Yeah, we're broke. I mean, we live in Illinois.
All right, so why do you guys think we have a certain amount of credits? Why do you think we have to have a certain amount of credits in order to graduate? Why can't it just be
I think adding up those credits could tell how many classes you passed and all that.
I think it's because the school system needs to know some way that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. Because if we don't have enough credits, then they know, they need to do something more.
Then
If
just
we
goes-
do, they're like, okay,
more
they're good enough
smart.
to pass.
yeah?
So because you're just not getting
Because
enough knowledge.
They
I
just
mean,
set a standard of what you need to graduate, so at least every student can reach that.
Well then,
I mean, I don't feel like it's very fair.
why do you?
if you're below standards?
Yeah, what if you're a D student or something? You don't do very good in school, and all those credits just don't add up.
So
Then you
then,
gotta take more classes.
Well, see, that's why they
Yeah,
have
then
those
they would
special ed
use it
classes.
to-
So then
But
why-
still,
how would
if
you
you're
take-
below standards?
How would
have
you-
to take more classes?
Yeah.
How are you gonna expect it?
How are you gonna take more classes? We have 4 periods a day and then a week.
What they would, I'm
Super
assuming
senior.
what they would do is they would take you aside and put you in a special ed class so that they could teach you in an easier way so you'd understand it instead of throwing it all at you as if you were in a regular class.
Or if they made school longer a day
Yeah.
to have you do that.
Well,
I feel
But
like-
do you think that's wise to
I feel like
have?
we should do what Clinton does. We should have every school day gets out at 3:30,
No.
3:45.
So then you're talking
But every Wednesday we get out at 1:30.
okay, there's this thing
Early out to
that
everyone's.
We're kind of going off topic.
No, we're still changing stuff.
there is this one thing that
why do we have to take extra classes that don't give enough credits?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure every class has
you get credits for every class that you
Every
get.
class
I'm pretty
has
sure.
more credits.
I'm pretty sure
No,
some
no,
classes
no.
have more credits than others. Say AP Calc would be
It's because that's harder.
Yeah.
How many credits you can
I
have?
think
Like,
Josh
right.
Dolph would know.
4.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's go with 4. And then somebody in choir like me would have 1.
2 max.
I don't know how they
What were
give
you
you
saying,
credit.
Zach?
For a semester it's 0.5, then a whole year is 1. So I think the harder classes like AP it's 1.5 or 1 per semester. So
I was thinking about if we went to tri-semesters, how would that change how they did their credits?
But it is trying
Instead of having 1 quarter, 2 quarter, it'd be it's
One
basically just
whole
an extra semester. It's
Oh.
the first semester, second semester, third semester.
So then will we have less
Yeah,
time?
but yeah,
on
our
classes?
breaks would be shorter and stuff. No, we'd have the same amount of classes.
You'd get out later than
I
normal.
mean, like next semester, if you have like a new class and that takes over one, you won't have to be in that class that long if you have another semester.
Like, what do you mean?
Like you said, like another semester, right?
Yeah,
And what if like you have a class that you take one semester, but the semester's shorter? And
basically, I'm pretty sure it'd be like any, like I'm pretty sure it took like driver's ed and college and career readiness. Like those are just semester classes
yeah,
or quarter classes.
Let's quarter. Let's go
Do
off
you
that.
have a
I
say
think it's
in
2 quarters.
anything,
per
Cody?
semester.
So what our main topic was whether you think schools should change the way they teach or if they should stay the same.
Oh yeah.
Like I
I was
said,
gonna say
we're
something
getting
off
off
yours.
topic.
I mean, like in a way, we're still like on topic because I mean, like
Sort of.
we're still like discussing
Yes.
like how we feel things should be here.
I just want to say one thing. I saw this article a little bit ago where Colorado changed their school weeks to only 4 days, and it produced student activity by like a lot.
Really?
So I think that's one way that we could change it further, because one, students and teachers would be happier because 3-day weekends every
Yeah,
weekend.
that would be
Right.
amazing.
And you don't have as much of a workload.
Yeah. Like now, like say like you have AP Calc, English, yeah, etc. Like hard classes like that, and you come home and like all you have like a whole bunch of homework.
You have an extra day to.
and you have like no like no, that's not the word I'm looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? Like
Enthusiasm.
yeah, sort of like you have
You have no
desire.
Yeah.
There you go.
You have no desire to do it. And like we have 3-day weekends, like we could just like we'd have the homework from that week, but we'd have an extra day to do it in case like say we forget to do something or we want to add to something, we could just have an extra day to work on it and ask for help and all that.
No day. School, no school, no school.
So in the
School, no
little movie / show thingy, do you think like if students taught themselves how they kind of taught themselves, do you think that would help students?
Here? No.
Personally, I feel like it would have a benefit to us. Like it'll benefit us in some way.
I feel like that
Like
would.
I feel like having a teacher would be more helpful. Like say like you have a question or something, but
I rely
like,
more on a
yeah,
teacher
you'd rely
than
more
my
on
own.
It's not like every
But,
class
like-
is like the
Exactly,
same.
it's
They're
not like it's
hard.
gonna be
Some
every
are harder and
class.
some are easier. So like you're gonna need an
And, like,
extra
special-
Like I
Students
feel like
need
they
that
should
extra
do what they did, like combine classes together.
That,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you
I
have
don't
groups
like
of
that,
people in your
though.
class, but not everyone's gonna know the same thing or understand.
But
having
that-
classes group.
That kind of leads into one of my questions. Would schools have the ability to change that much, that dramatically?
No,
I feel like
think-
it would.
I don't think.
Their district. would
I
have
feel
to.
like they would fail trying to.
Yeah.
I mean, like
They-
I'm not saying like they'd fail. I mean, like how most things are. Like it'll take multiple attempts to do it. But I feel like once
take a
like we
while.
start understanding how to like do it, like we'll progressively
probably
change things.
Decades to change a school.
Well, the
like
school
that.
board would have to
Probably.
approve it and see if it
Yeah.
worked beneficial for the kids.
But actually, yeah, like now that like thinking about that, I mean, I feel like since this is our junior year, and like if we would just up and change everything we do next year, it wouldn't really
That
do
would-
anything for us.
But
That would kind of make
Even
it
if we
harder
just
on
do
us.
like small changes like we did this year, like I've already noticed, like I was so used to the way English used to be taught that I prefer it because
Yeah.
it's easy
Yeah.
and I get it and I know how things are
And
going to happen. through
I
the year.
struggle a lot doing this.
But like this year with this class, like I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't really know how to do any of it.
Yeah.
But with,
It's
like
a-
all the
it's a
old style
challenge.
English,
Like,
like, I know
very
exactly
challenging.
what I'm doing.
Like the
and what we're
discussions we do, like I can understand how they help us in a way.
That's
But,
a
like,
speak.
I just, yeah,
but
like
then last year how they did English,
What's completely
Is-
different?
you had to do a quiz based on things, and some kids would have failed the quiz, like she was saying a while back ago, because none of them actually read what they were supposed to, which
Well, that's your fault.
made them fail the
Yeah.
class.
well, yeah,
But see, that's their fault because they didn't read, they didn't do the work.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
their choice.
But then-
It's their
It's so much
choice.
easier if they didn't study. Because that class was just so much easier the way it was all set up. Now it's just like you have to understand what you're going
And
through.
you ain't gonna get the easy
Yeah.
way out, really.
Yeah, there's
So then-
no.
There's no easy way
Yeah.
out. You
There's
gotta
not.
actually work.
You gotta work for what you want.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Coach Drew?
you know, Cody, good answer, man. Good answer.
I mean, at least you're participating.
Give you a
I mean,
cookie.
equity is fine. Do you think if we like wouldn't change it, do you think some kids would be like not okay with?
Like if we
Maybe
did
change.
or
If we
didn't
did go
change it.
through,
Like,
I
if we didn't
mean,
change
because
the
we
school,
could
go
like you
through
mean if
with
we
the
just kept
change?
on going like
If we
how
kept
we
going
were?
how we are, because I know we also have to mention counterclaims, which would be questions that they would ask, like if we weren't to change it, if we were to change it, or if we weren't to change it, either way.
No, look at it this way: if they weren't to change it and they kept going with the system, would it still be beneficial and keep
All,
on?
like, all the
I mean,
teachers.
It's just
progressing?
like I have a feeling like I mean school is important. Yeah, we may not like enjoy it all that much, but it's still extremely beneficial to us.
And
Like
helps
it
with
builds
your
us like who we are, like the opportunities we have like here. If we were to move all that, like that would like
Helps you
build
get a-
that would build up our character.
We grow up
And
like
then,
the cavemen.
No, I don't think we'd grow up like cavemen.
If
or
we didn't
just
have
help
school,
us get
that's what I'm
a
saying.
find a start in life.
If we didn't have the education,
They didn't have technology either. All they had was rock.
Rock and
Okay, and the thing is,
rock and
like-
stick.
Okay, guys, we're
Basically,
getting,
like-
we're getting off track.
Basically, like
okay, all right.
school, it builds it like. How am I gonna say it? Like it
Builds
builds
character.
it builds character. It
Yeah.
makes us who we are, how we view things, and all that.
well, your personality makes it who you
Makes
are too.
you find a
Well, yeah, but,
spot
like,
to start in
school also
life.
builds up like it also defines your personality. Like if you're just like that one kid that doesn't do anything and like you don't care about school or anybody else, like you're just not gonna do anything.
Right, because school's not enjoyable 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
you got to make it
He's
enjoyable.
got a point. Yeah.
And the thing is,
Well, I feel
like, if we don't change, then that's kind of beneficial because teachers also would have to learn how to adapt.
Yeah.
And by now, every teacher pretty much knows what they need to do. Like Illinois has set standards of what the teachers need
It's,
to achieve with
yeah,
their
like-
students.
Yeah.
It's
And if we did something like that, then Illinois would have to do a whole overhaul on just our district and how they would judge, because we would still need to reach certain standards from the state and the government, and we need to figure out ways how to get that while still doing a new type of education.
Yeah, because like, say like we were to just up and switch everything, like Miss French, like she'd have no idea what she was doing. Mr. Clannon, Mr. Combo, Coffee, all them was brain dead.
So do you think with them like slowly starting to change how English and things are being taught, do you think that'll help throughout the future?
Yeah, I feel like it would benefit us more. Cause like last year we wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to do our own work anyway, but like we didn't have like things like this to like make us better speakers and like work together as a team and collaborate.
Well, it's one thing because if kids can't transition to one thing to another right away, they have to go through a process of transitioning to it to understand it, and it takes time for some kids, and some can get it right away.
Yeah, because
So
this
with
has
them
been
slowly transforming it into a different English, do you think that's helping though?
Not really.
I
In my
think-
opinion, I
I
would
think-
think
I
it
feel
would
like
be.
they should like make a slower like path, like maybe like have the same English, but then at the end maybe slowly like teaching you and getting prepared for what we're doing now
Yeah, because like
instead of kicking us right into it.
like with last year.
Oh, you can finish.
Okay, well, like last year, we had a certain kind of English. We had standard English last year, and there was no preparation to get us ready for this.
it was
Yes,
not.
We had done something
Not at all.
last year to help us, get in more to this instead of just throwing us at it. It would have helped us a lot more.
Why?
Because I noticed at the beginning of the year, all of us were kind of struggling with this because we had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
Miss French
Well, I'm still
kind of knew what she
struggling.
was doing, but she was still getting the hang of it.
Well, since our English is changing, I think they should start maybe in like middle school and kind of help build it up so everyone.
An early like transition. And
Yeah.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying. Like they should start like doing this, but like not as frequently as we do, just to get them ready for what we do up here.
At least to remind them
Yeah.
what you're in for.
Actually,
I
have,
feel like-
a couple minutes left.
I feel like 8th grade year would probably be like the good spot to start all this,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
just like progressively work
But
on
not,
it,
like,
do like a
as
little bit
heavily
more
as this.
every year.
Not like smacking her right in the face.
I mean, we
right
still
away.
did the discussions in 8th grade, but more like these, where you kind of figure it out yourself. You
Yeah,
you
instead of,
talk
like-
about your own opinions.
Yeah, instead of having somebody address an opinion and you
Yeah,
just
'cause
talk about how you feel.
Like
about
8th
it.
grade, Miss Parker would set us like an opinion, and
Jason
then
wants to say something.
Hold on,
sorry,
hold
your
on,
hand's too small.
hold on. Let Brian finish.
I forgot what I was saying.
Um,
Pardon the interruption, but would the following students please report to the LRC conference room? Ethan Price, Ben Bostic, Joey Housingay, Caitlin Woznowitz, Carly Kaufman, Hannah Baker, Michelle Flesh, Hunter Gozzard, Bradley Damoff. Thank you.
Wrap things up.
Okay.
Reese, you want to wrap it up?
Do we think that Common Core is like one of the, wouldn't say a problem, but
The Common Core was a very big problem.
Big
So I
problem.
remember when
It's
it
just
was
like
first
the,
introduced, and we were like,
One piece and finish.
Nothing.
I'm trying to think of how to word this. I have it in my head, but I just don't know how to word it. Do we think that Common Core was
Difficult.
well?
Like more.
Do you think the way that
difficult.
do you think the way that we taught before we had Common Core was better, or after Common Core was better?
After?
don't
I
remember.
mean-
I don't remember how it was before Common Core.
I mean-
Common Core, I'm pretty
When
sure
was it
Common
introduced?
Core was introduced before we were even born.
Yeah.
I think it was,
Yeah, I don't remember a time
I think
when-
Hillary Clinton introduced it back when Bill Clinton was still president.
So I guess with our ending question, do you guys think they should change how they teach them, or
I mean,
They need to.
I think they
No.
should just get rid of Common Core completely.
They have gotten
It's-
rid of Common Core completely. We don't have Common Core anymore.
Yeah.
Because all it did was make everybody struggle a lot more than what.
I
Like,
think
like right now, like I can guarantee, like me, Brian, Schwant, I can guarantee every single person in this room right now has struggled at least one point
Yeah.
in school
5th grade.
with one subject. Like mine was math. Like yeah, that was Common Core, and it was not fun because I'd fail literally everything because I had no idea what to do. But
Final thought. Okay, good. All right.
okay? I guess
All right,
that's-
that's it.
All right.
Good job, guys.
A lot more.